Welcome to Boss Up Academy, where you can get all your stimulus updates. Tonight is June the 7th, and we're going to be talking about the $300 a month stimulus. Please do like and share this video. Make sure that you like us on both IG and YouTube as well as Facebook so that this video may help someone. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, welcome. Remember that this mark the date on this because all of this stuff continuously changes. So today is June the 7th. So I'm giving you information based on today's information. So we're talking about the tax credit, the $300 a month stimulus checks that will, that will be going out in July. You're going to have an option to either opt in to get the 300 or you can opt out of it. They haven't put the information on the website yet in order for you to, so they have not put it on the website yet for you to opt out of it, but you can go to irs.gov/child tax credit 2021. And they're going to be updating that if you want to opt out of it. But we're going to talk about the pros as well as the cons as to, do you want to do this? Well, it was a big uproar last year when they did not include 17-year-olds. So this year for 2021, they are the group from 6 years old to 17 years old. So they included 17-year-olds. So if your child is turning 17 this year, you still would qualify, and they're given $3,000 as your tax credit for 6-year-olds to 17-year-olds. Now, if your child is under the age of 6, they're going to give you a tax credit of $3,600. These tax credits previously was $2,000, but they have increased them. So a lot of people are saying, well, you're going to reduce your tax check at the end of the year, because what they're doing is they are advancing you the money. Because remember, the tax credit is a tax credit, so it's actual money. They're advancing you $300 a month from July to December. So that's 6 months of advancements, which is a total of $1,800 that they're going to advance you. Well, if you're used to getting a refund check of $10,000, $12,000, guess what? Is it going to put a big dent in your tax check? Probably not. I am not giving tax advice on this video. I'm not giving tax advice at all. All I'm doing is allowing you to weigh the pros and the cons of this situation. Well, previously they were only giving you $2,000 in previous years, but now if they're going to up it for 6 to 17-year-olds to $3,000, and when you take $1,800 off of that, then you have $1,200 that you still will be eligible for. And where you would only be getting $2,000 in previous years. Now, if your child is under 6 years old, you're going to take the $1,800 off of that, and that's going to leave you with $1,800 that you're still going to have at tax time, which is only a $200 deficit from where you were in previous years. So make sure that you understand. Great information. I'll pass this on to my daughters. Very good. So are you really going to be at a loss? Because you're going to be at $1,200 if you got somebody that's under the age, that's 6 to 17 years old. So you're going to be at a deficit of $800 if you take the advancements. If you got somebody under the age of 6, then you're only going to be $200 in the deficit in comparison to previous years. So you need to decide on your own if you want to take the tax credit, but is it going to make a big difference when at the end of the year? Probably not. So some people are going to opt to take it. Now, let's look at the con. By you reducing these amounts, so now if you only have $1,800 tax credit instead of $2,000, instead of your whole $3,000, or if you have a tax credit for $1,200 instead of your whole, your whole $3,000, then guess what? Can you do more with a lump sum of money than you can getting it in bits and pieces over the course of the next 6 months? So you have to decide, do you do better with large sums of money, or are you financially struggling right now where you need this $300 every month? So that is a personal decision that no one can make for you but you. So I would encourage you to weigh your options. But if you want to opt out of it, you need to watch the IRS child tax credit portion of the IRS website so that you can know how to opt out of it. Now, if you want the $300, they're simply saying just make sure that your 2020 taxes are filed. If they're not filed, they because now we're past the due date, so that means your taxes are technically late. Now, is that per child? Yes, it would be per child, just like it would on your regular tax bill. So therefore, you would be getting these tax credits per child. So if you need that $600, if you got 2 children, that may make a big difference for you throughout the year. And like I said, then by them increasing the amount of the tax credit, it's going to offset what you're getting. So the difference at the end of the year is not a major difference from what you're used to getting. But is it going to be a big difference from what you can do with $3,600 versus the smaller amount? Say if you're trying to save for a down payment to buy a house, if you're trying to save for a car, or if you're trying to start a side hustle or a business, you may need larger chunks of money. So it depends on what your short-term or long-term goals are as to whether or not you want to opt out of this option. So I hope this is kind of clear for people that didn't really know or really didn't understand what it meant. Now, another thing, with people claiming other people's children, remember that these people may be getting your $300, or they can opt out and get it at the end of the year. So it all depends. Also, remember that if you have a child, like somebody that's pregnant right now, that they can still, a newborn baby, if the baby is born, the newborn baby is entitled to these tax credits too. So be mindful of that. If you just had a new baby, you might be out of work or maternity leave, and you really need that money, you can go through and request it. So just be mindful that they did include 17-year-olds for this year. So if your child's turning 17, you still can do it. And newborn babies that are born in 2021, because this is an advancement on your tax return that you're going to be doing in, say, January or February of 2022. So I hope this makes sense to you, and I hope that you are able to make a good, sound financial decision about this and how you want to handle it. And I hope this helps somebody.